you want to make some stickers. Something that frustrated me when I first was learning how to make stickers was that videos would show one way to do it, and that's pretty much it. So in this video, I will be showing you 3 different ways for how to make your own stickers. Only one of these you need a printer and Cricut for, so if you don't have that, keep watching. If you do, also keep watching. First off, you need to, of course, actually draw your sticker. This goes for all 3 of them. I usually sketch out designs on paper first and then actually create the designs on my iPad Pro with my Apple Pencil and Procreate. But of course you can use something like Photoshop, Illustrator, Clip Studio Paint, whatever drawing program you might have available. There's lots of different ways you can come up with ideas for stickers by looking at Pinterest, just sketching on paper, looking at the world around you, looking what stickers other people like. But once you feel like you have a pretty good idea of what you want to create, you can go actually into your drawing program and create the file. Now, when you're actually creating this file, you need to make sure that it is fairly large because you can always scale it down, but it's a lot harder to scale it back up. I like to draw in at least 2000 by 2000 pixels. Something else that you need to do is make sure that your canvas is formatted for a CMYK color format. RGB is usually the default, and that is formatted for screens, whereas CMYK is formatted for printing, and your colors will look more accurate. Now, let's go on to method 1 for creating your very own stickers. This method, you do not need a printer and a Cricut for. Now, what you do need to do is find a local printing shop, something that can print onto sticker paper. They don't need to be able to do custom stickers, just have the option to print on sticker paper. I personally used Alpha Graphics when I was first starting out. So organize all of your designs for your stickers onto one big file, making sure to either have a white background or a clear background, and make sure that all of your stickers have white space around them. Then you need to go to this printing shop or else email them and have them print out these designs onto one big sheet of sticker paper. Next, you just need to cut them out with scissors. Now, full disclosure, I did just print this on my home printer because I didn't want to leave the house because it looked slightly miserable outside, but you can just have them printed at a printing shop as well. And cutting it out by hand is a little bit more tedious, takes a little bit longer, but if you don't have a printer or a Cricut and you don't want to spend hardly any money, this costs like $2, then having it printed at a local printing shop and cutting it out by hand is a great option. Now, some pros for this. It is super beginner friendly. You can start right away. It's really cheap and you can get the exact right amount of stickers that you need. Now, some cons for this is that it is, of course, very time-consuming and a little bit painful and tedious to cut out all of these stickers by hand. In addition, it can also be a little bit more limiting because it's harder to get larger amounts of stickers, and finally, the edges just look a little bit less professional when you're cutting it out by hand. But all of that said, this is how I got started making and selling stickers for my sticker shop, which I have a video about if you want to watch that. But this is how I started out, and it's really great if you're just beginning and you don't want to spend a ton of time, effort, or money. Method number 2 for creating your own stickers is you can actually have somebody else print and cut them out for you. This is a little bit similar to the first method, but instead of you cutting them out with scissors, you completely outsource all of it and you place an order and just get stickers delivered ready-made right to your door. There are a ton of different places you can use for this, most of them online, and here is a really long list. Things like Sticker Apps, Sticker Mule, Sticker Ninja, Moo, Zap Creatives, Vograce. There are a ton, and I'm sure I'm forgetting them, and I'll put them up on the screen. But there are so many different options, and you can test the quality and the different options that each of them have, as well as compare pricing. For this method, you still create a digital design, but instead of putting a bunch of stickers onto one file like with the first method, you just choose your sizing and sticker details and submit the file, usually with a transparent background PNG or a PDF or something similar. Then you just place your order. Obviously, I'm not going to put in my financial and shipping details for this one because you don't need to see that. But this method is really straightforward and it's really nice. I don't personally use this method because I prefer to make my own stickers, but I know a ton of artists who have outsourced all of their stickers. Some of the pros for this method is that it is pretty easy and beginner friendly to get started with. It can be a pretty quick turnaround time and you don't have to waste time cutting things out. There are a ton of options from all these different manufacturers and you can get pretty good quality as well. Some of the cons is that with these manufacturers, you generally have to order a lot of each sticker design. It can also be a lot more expensive than making them yourself, and sometimes you have a lot less control over the overall quality since you won't know what they look like until they get there. It can also, even though it is fairly quick, you don't have them immediately like you do if you get it printed at a local printing shop. Method number 3, how to print and cut out your own stickers at home with a printer and a Cricut. For me, this covers both the cheap side that cutting it out by hand might get you, as well as the quality and convenience side that ordering them online might get you. It's a little bit more time consuming than just outsourcing it, but it is so much faster and to me a lot easier than cutting them out by hand. So here is how you make your own stickers at home with a printer and a Cricut. And again, this is how I make hundreds, if not thousands, of stickers for my business, and then I sell them on the internet. It's pretty great. If you want to learn how to do that, you can watch this video. For this method, you still design your sticker all the same, but this time go to the layer behind your drawing and draw a smooth white border all around your sticker and then fill it in. Then you will need a printer and cutting machine. I currently use a Canon Pixma printer and a Cricut Explorer Air 2. When I first started out my business, I did not have my Canon Pixma printer. I had an HP DeskJet, which is about $60 to $80, and it's not quite as high print quality, but it's pretty good for when you're starting out. Now, full disclosure, when I started my sticker business, I was cutting out my stickers by hand, and then my parents did give me a HP DeskJet printer and a Cricut Explorer Air 2, which Cricut I still use to this day, and they gave me a different printer later for Christmas. And I recognize that not everybody has parents who can help them start their business dreams when they're in high school, and I recognize that I am super blessed for that. And if you don't have anybody to help or encourage you with your business, please do tell me about your business in the comments, because I might not be able to buy you all printers and Cricuts, but I can still encourage you. So please do tell me about your business. Anyway, once you have your printer and your Cricut, make sure everything is set up for your printer and you have the Cricut software downloaded, and then create a new Cricut file. Take a rectangle shape and set it to 6.75 by 9.25 inches to get the maximum printing and cutting space for your Cricut. Next, you need to import your sticker designs, arrange them at the sizes you want within that shape, and then attach and flatten them. This way, the software doesn't try to print them on like 6 pieces of paper. Once everything is attached and flattened, delete the square and then save your file. Next, you go to the print using the computer software, and then set the proper settings. You may need to experiment a bit to find what works best for your printer and sticker paper, and mine is the highest quality print setting for glossy photo paper. This is the type of sticker paper that I currently use. It is a glossy sticker paper, and it is fairly water resistant, and it's also very cheap, which is why I like it. It holds up pretty decent quality as well. Once you have your sticker paper and everything on the Cricut set up, you can print off your stickers. For this type of sticker paper that I use, because it is glossy, sometimes the light will reflect on it and confuse my Cricut because it is a silly goose. But if you take matte tape and put it over the print lines on the edges, then it will make it matte and your Cricut will get less confused. Next, you need to stick it onto the Cricut sheet. I also have to tape mine on because mine is no longer sticky enough. For die cut stickers, which is cut out around the shape of the sticker, you want to use the cardstock or cardstock plus setting. If you want it to be a kiss cut sticker like a sticker sheet, you can set it to vinyl plus, which will only cut through the top layer of the sticker. Then load the mat into the machine and click the start button, and it will cut out all of your stickers. Now, if your Cricut is anything like my Cricut, it probably is slightly temperamental and might have some issues, so instead of calling Cricut support, which is typically unhelpful, they do their best, I'm sure. Here are some quick ways to fix your Cricut if it's not cutting things out properly. First off, you might just need to realign it. There's alignment settings that you can go through to fine-tune the cut. Second, if you have a glossy sticker paper, make sure you cover up the sensor marks in the corners with matte tape so your Cricut doesn't get confused. Third, if you have an overhead light, you might need to turn it off because it can confuse your Cricut. Third, fourth, whatever the number is that we're on, if you have designs that are too close to the sensor marks in the corners, sometimes that can confuse the Cricut as well. And fifth, I don't remember, every customer support's favorite thing to tell you to do, turn it off and turn it back on again. You might need to turn off the Cricut and unplug it. You might need to restart the software, update the software, unplug your Cricut and leave it to rest for a bit. Most of the time, these solutions will fix most of the problems you're having with your Cricut. In case you can't tell, I have a love-hate relationship with my Cricut because when it works, it's fantastic and it cuts out all of my stickers and I really like it. But when it doesn't work, it makes me want to throw it across the room and crush it into a million pieces, and I don't do that because I need it. But again, I make thousands of stickers this way. I've been using it for years. it's really great. Some of the pros for this: it is very cheap manufacturing cost per sticker. Second, it is a lot faster than cutting them out by hand and much easier as well. Third, you get exact control over how many stickers, what size, the type of sticker paper you use. You have a lot more control over it, and you just get the stickers immediately. Some of the cons for this is that it is not always as fast or as easy as having somebody else make them for you. Sometimes the quality isn't as high, and it's also a pretty high startup cost. My printer, which I've had to replace a couple of times, is about $200, and Cricuts are also several $100s. So if you're just starting out, this might not be quite the right method. So there you have it. Those are the 3 different methods I have for you for creating your own stickers, and only one of them needs a printer or a Cricut. Now, if you enjoyed this video, and also if you want to see more videos like this, you can go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to learn how to make your own stickers to sell them, then you can go ahead and watch this video, or I don't know which side it's on, but you can watch that video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.